we're just feeding that little community of microbiology. So
Well,
tell us, yeah,
this is the most exciting thing I could talk. Like, basically, like, you know, so imagine a community, a beautiful community. Everybody's outside, growing their own food, barefoot in the dirt. Kids are playing, friends, and then at night, the fire starts. People are telling stories, dancing, singing, playing drums, right? Everybody loves this vision, right? And everyone in this community, every single person has a uniqueness that is encouraged by everybody to bring out your uniqueness, share your uniqueness. So imagine if everybody is sharing their uniqueness, the possibilities of what could happen in this society, what could be created, how good the quality of life could be, right? You could see that vision, right?
Oh, yeah. Everyone matters.
Exactly.
Everyone's
Diversity, right? Instead of feeling like, you know, our society like favors, like certain people get very rich because of certain characteristics, but here all the characteristics are, you know, are appreciated and work together. So now take that same vision, which would be great on the human level, and inside of every one of our guts is a similar thing, is the same idea. So you have
the whole village.
It's like there's trillions of them.
Wow.
There's trillions and trillions. In fact, the number of bacteria in your gut outnumber the human cells in the rest of your body. So there's actually more of them in your gut, and we're the host. Our job is to feed them, and what we feed them will change the whole ecosystem.
Right.
And every one of them, they each like a different food. Like one bacteria species will like broccoli best. Another one will like oats. They eat plants. Well, they eat everything, but based on the food they eat, you will breed that bacteria.
Right.
And they each produce what's called metabolites, or like chemicals.
Okay.
And the other bacteria eat their byproducts. So they're all producing things and eating things and producing. And this is happening billions of times per second.
Oh my goodness.
Literally like
People
billions.
gotta let that, and that's happening all the time.
It's happening right now.
It's not like, oh, when we eat dinner. So guys, just to like, and by the way, this is happening in the soil all the time too.
The
soil. That's
soil.
why I feel so connected to, you know, food. It's the same thing, brother.
I was going to get there after, but
Yeah, no,
like if you
so
look
good,
at if you
bro.
look at your colon,
Yeah,
think about
yeah.
how we make good soil.
Yeah.
You put poop in the soil, right? So it's the same idea. Like it's like if you have healthy gut microbiome, you're putting the poop in the soil. You're putting the microbe because if you know, right? If you don't have,
that's what you mean. You feed it.
it's the same thing. Your colon is your inner garden. It's literally the same concept, and you want the most diversity, right? So if they're all producing all these things, and the sum total of all of these reactions happening billions of times per second is called your gut brain. It's actually a brain. Wow. And these bacteria do so many things. We're just beginning to understand it. But one of the things they do is produce serotonin, the grounding neurotransmitter, dopamine, GABA. So they're literally, what you eat changes the environment, and they're producing chemicals which make us feel good and motivated. Not to mention,
of course, yeah, you feel it, yeah.
And you know about the gut feeling, right? Like the gut feeling. So if you have a healthy community where all the members, are using their uniqueness and sharing and thriving, you're going to have more intuition because you're going to have a stronger gut brain. You're literally growing your brain.
Right, clear channel. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel you, man.
Exactly.
Boy, that's amazing. Yeah, so the gut brain, and by the way, of course, you know.
Yeah.
That's and then
simple.
When you say gut intuition, or whatever,
Gut feeling.
that's what that comes from. That, you know, your gut feeling. Mm-hmm. But even deeper, it's almost, I'm thinking about think about because this is all new, right? Microbiology.
I mean, it's old, obviously,
of
but
course,
seriously, you're right. You're absolutely right. This is the most exciting thing in biology, in health. Only about 15 years ago, we knew that you needed, there was a connection, like you take antibiotics, eat some yogurt, they used to say, take some probiotics, because for gut health. And yes, we can go so deep.
No,
into
we
this.
can't. And by the way, our ancestors knew a lot of this stuff.
Oh, yeah.
That's
they were
new.
fermenting.
Like, that's what I mean.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well,
Us in the West.
Well,
you
the
know?
science has finally
Yeah.
caught up. Like Hippocrates, Ayurveda says all disease starts in the gut. They knew this. And but now, about 15 years ago, they're starting to see the gut microbiome, how much it affects your mood and also your immune system.
Right.
It's completely connected to your immune system. In fact, some people even say your immune system is your microbiome.
Is that right?
Yeah, it's like it's so connected to it.
Wow.
It's like a third immune system.
Wow.
Yeah.
It basically like directs it or whatever.
It's so complicated. I don't even barely understand
That's
it.
right,
And even,
man.
but it's basically like, yeah, like these bacteria turn your genes on and off. Think about that. So when I grew up, it was all like everything's genetic, right? Like, oh, you have good genes, you're gonna be healthy.
Yeah, he's got good genes.
Exactly. That was the thing, right? Turns out your genes are like a blueprint, and your cell is like a factory, and it's constantly printing out what's in the blueprint. And so your
Little cells.
Yeah, these cells are so complicated. I mean,
Wow.
but
But the DNA is the blueprint.
the DNA is the blueprint.
Yeah.
So the cell can produce all different types of proteins and send it out. So it's crazy how that whole works. Again, so it's a whole nother community. We talked about the gut community.
Yeah.
All the cells in your body are also a community.
Right.
But
we're just talking about the digestive system. ladies and
exactly.
gentlemen.
We're not like a person. We're actually like a colony of cells but just so it's like a blueprint. But the microbiome have the ability, and also our emotions and also our lifestyle have the ability to turn the factory off. So we have the blueprint. We are stuck with our genes, but our microbiome affects how these genes are expressed.
Right.
And furthermore,
Just turning them on and off.
exactly.
Yeah.
Furthermore, like you can't change your DNA, right? But every time you eat, you can change your microbiome, and they each have DNA. So we call it, when we use the word microbiome as opposed to the genome is all our genes.
Got it.
The microbiome is the sum total of all of the genes of all of the bacteria. So it completely outnumbers our genome, and we could change that through our lifestyle.
I've never thought of that before. Incredible. And we're the host.
We're the host, yeah. They depend on us to feed them.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
We're in the garden. It's existential.